Hi everybody, thanks for joining me today. My name is Chris with Kristen's Crafts, and today we are going to go ahead and continue on with our 30 days around the world. Today we are going to be stopping in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., and I have some pictures from when I was on a basically I was stationed or sitting reserve out in Baltimore, and we hopped on the train when we had a day off and we went into DC and had a great time walking all around DC, looking at all of the the Capitol, the White House, and all of the different monuments and things. So this is just a couple pictures I snapped of the Capitol. I really liked how they looked, and I really liked this map print that is from Rosie Studio. This is paper that's from around the neighborhood, and so I thought this would look kind of cool with the greens, the yellows, and the floral, and it's picking up all the tones. And I kind of liked because it had like the cherry blossoms or whatever this floraling flower is, and then the green of the grass. I just thought it all pulled really good together. So I'm going to go ahead and put you on fast forward, and we're going to see what we can do and come up with. Okay, so the first thing I did was decided that I wanted the Capitol picture with the florals to be my focal picture. And as you see them laid out, that's kind of the design that I wanted to go for. So I'm going to go ahead, and one of the ways that you can make a focal picture stand out is by giving it more mattes than the other photos. So for this one, I'm going to triple matte it. I'm going to use a thin border of the green, and that allows it to kind of have a break between that and the next pattern. And the next pattern is going to be that floral. That one I'm going to give it a little bit of a wider matte because I'm not going to put a lot of that floral on there, but it is going to pull in all the colors. So instead of giving it a thinner matte around the picture, I'm going to give it a little bit thicker matte, and again, that helps to give it more of a focus. So when there's items that you want to be a focus on your page, the ways you can do it is by having your embellishments go around it, by having, for example, the triple matting. In this case, I want the floral to stand out, so I'm giving it a wider matte than I am the green and the yellow. And that way, the green and the yellow accent that the wider matte. And then having this photo up and by itself up in the corner, it's going to stand out for your eyes to say, oh, this picture is more important because it's by itself, and also because it's triple matted, whereas the other two is just going to be on one single matte, and that just kind of beefs it up. You can do the same thing like if you had glitter paper and you're doing a Christmas page and you have 3 candid shots of your grandchild or your child, and you want one of them to stand out and the others to be supporting role. You're going to go ahead and matte the more important picture on the sparkly glittery paper, or you're going to make that picture a bigger picture, and that allows that picture to be the focal picture of your layout. And then these are just the supporting cast. Even though they're all 3 the same building, they're all pretty much the same picture. Because I like the fact that the one was vertical versus horizontal, and that the Capitol building was framed by the trees and by the flowering bush. It was, to me, a prettier picture, and I want that to be the focus of the page. I hope that made sense and I wasn't just rambling on. So now I've got those 2 photos matted together as the supporting role, and I'm going to go ahead and put those down in the bottom right-hand corner. Another thing is, think about when you're reading, you read from left to right. So in this case, I'm putting the single photo up by itself. If you're reading across the layout from left to right, again, the top of the page, the top of the left-hand side where we would naturally read becomes the focus of the layout. So here I've got these 2 that are just going to go down here. and trying to look and eye it up because I do want to have a pretty much the same width of between the edge of the paper and where the photo mats begin. And so I'm just trying to make sure I have all those kind of lined up. So the gap between the two pictures I want to kind of be similar to the gap that's going to go around the outside of the page. And so now that I have those figured out and adhered down, now I'm just going to go ahead and start embellishing. So one of the other things that you can do is, here I'm pulling out a craft tag, and I have all the die cuts and all the punches and I have the Cricuts, but I found one of the easiest ways is I have my drawer of tags. I pull one out and I just go ahead and cut around it and then use my little hole punch to punch out the center. And what I'm going to do is put the one green one at the top, and then I'll do another green one and a yellow one staggered at the bottom. Again, bringing in the colors from the layout, but also building a place where I can add the embellishments and possibly some journaling on it. So in my stash, I also have these Avery hole reinforcers. I just have the packet. I think I got these at Hobby Lobby. You can pick them up at Dollar General, any place like that, any office supply. And I just put them on the page. Now, the reason I like these, they're a paper reinforcer. I know I have some that are more plastic, but with these, I can take a Sharpie and I can change the color if I wanted, with them being plain white, or I could ink them. So it just gives me some options to alter them if I wanted to do that. Here, this layout's kind of bright and airy, so I didn't feel the need to change it from the white. I'm also going and putting my twine on as I go. This is just some crochet thread I got at probably Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and I just use that for adding to my tags so we don't have, as Shannon with Stick Goddess on YouTube would say, we can't have any naked tag holes. So here I'm just making the last two, and I'm adding the hole reinforcers along with the twine for those. This layout came together really quick. It was under a half an hour. As you can tell, I only sped it up 2 times. So this really did fly once I got everything laid out and done. So while I'm at it, I do want to apologize that I didn't have any process videos or album shares go up over the weekend. I was gone at a scrappy retreat with my sister and some dear friends of mine, and so I was having fun cleaning up my hard drive and finishing my Vicky Booten Sweet Rush class and just doing some fun scrappy things. I even played with some gel prints, which I'll share in shortly on my channel. It was just a fun crafty weekend with friends, and I didn't have a chance to make anything until today. So this is even coming up late tonight. And word of warning, it's a busy week at work again, so you probably won't see my layouts until the end of the day, and there's the possibility on a couple of them I might not even be able to do one. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, now that I have those done, I am going and grabbing my Cartabella sticker sheet. This is from the Let's Travel collection, and I'm grabbing off this banner. Again, I liked all the colors. It kind of is going to be my title. And even though it says our trip, like you'd think of it being a family, it was still our trip for our flight crew kind of a thing, if you think of it that way. So I used that between the two, and you can see the top of the capital. I managed to maneuver it so it was between the words our and trip. And now I'm just pulling out more embellishments and pulling the colors across the page. I'm only going to decorate in the 2 sections. So I grabbed a hold of the stack of suitcases because we were always living out of a suitcase. I grabbed our passport because, again, we were international, and I put that at the bottom. I grabbed this floral that pulled in all the colors along with a globe, and I grabbed the sign that said Metro because we did take the Metro train to the Capitol, so I thought it kind of was fitting. I'm also going to pull out another floral at the bottom and then the word Rome. And for the last thing I'm going to do is put a geotag at the top along with a pink airplane along with the the little trail that I will pull off. And that is it for the layout. It came together super quick. Again, make sure you check out everyone who's been playing along this month. It's been a lot of fun, seeing a lot of travel, a lot of inspiration, and I hope that you're finding this to be a fun series. Again, my intention is to keep going with this and crossing my fingers that I can find time either on my lunch hour or after work to be able to make sure I get these layouts for you guys, because my intent is to do as many of the 30 days as I can. So here are some close-ups for you, and we'll see you again on my channel. Bye-bye.